Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Government here in Canberra. As you know, it's very good luck to receive an award on a rainy day, so very glad to oblige there. My name is John, and I'm the Secretary to the Council for the Order of Australia and the Secretary to the Australian Bravery Decorations Council. I wish to acknowledge the people as traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on today and recognise any other people or families with connection to the lands of the ACT and the region. I acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and the contribution they make to the life of this city and the region. And I would also like to acknowledge and welcome any other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. I'd now like to acknowledge and welcome our official guests this afternoon, Dr. Gordon de Brouwer, the Australian Public Service Commissioner, Major General Mark Askoff, representing the Chief of Army, Commodore John Stavridis, representing the Chief of Navy, Air Vice Marshal Wendy Blythe, representing the Chief of Air Force, Ms. Shelley Rays, Chair of the Council for the Order of Australia, and Ms. Julie Long from the Order of Australia Association. The Australian Honours System is an important mechanism to recognise and celebrate ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Today is a special day, not only for the recipients, but also for their families, their friends, and their communities. It is a day when we celebrate a diverse range of impressive achievements and service. Here at Government House, we are privileged to play a small part in the recognition and celebration of that achievement. I hope we can make today an occasion you will all recall with pride for years to come. Shortly, I will invite you to stand, if you're able, as the Governor-General enters the room. Please then remain standing for the Australian National Anthem. After I read their names and citations, the recipients will enter the room from the doorway on my right, and once reading a biography of their service and they have been invested, they will leave by the centre aisle to take their seats at the back of the room. At this point, you may wish to show some appreciation with a short round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you now to please stand for the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, and the singing of the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Your Excellency.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know Jared's already commented on the rainy afternoon we find ourselves with. It was a glorious spring morning this morning, but we've had a bit of grey weather come across, and I hope that what we make today is a wonderfully warm reception for you inside the house, and that you feel the great love and affection for this ceremony and for everyone being invested and all of you who have come to join and celebrate these great Australians. I start, of course, by acknowledging that we meet and gather on the lands of the Ngunnawal people, and I pay my respects to elders past and present and acknowledge all families and peoples with long associations with the lands of the ACT and surrounding regions. And I extend that acknowledgement to all First Nations people who join us here this afternoon, in particular a number of very senior Aboriginal people who will be invested with very senior awards, and their families and colleagues who have travelled great distances to be here today. I also join Jared in the acknowledgement of our distinguished guests. It's wonderful to have you all along you represent very important parts of our honours and military system. And I'd like to thank the RMC band. Once again, they join us for these programs. So we have live music, and we're helped to sing the national anthem with the wonderful singing of the band. And you'll hear more of their playing during the course of the afternoon. So on this really important day, you are all very welcome to Government House. This is a place of peace and welcome where absolutely everybody belongs and is welcomed. As you may know, I am the first Canberra-born Governor-General, and there's something very special about the privilege I have to preside here at Yarralumla to celebrate Australians who have given so much of their lives, their commitment over the life course to the people and places and issues of this country. It's even more special in this, the 50th anniversary year of the founding of our honours system, which has already recognised so many Australians over that half century from so many different walks of life. During this year, we found as many opportunities as we could to mark the birthday of the Australian honours system. And as a national honours system, the acts of service, integrity, creativity and care that we recognise today, the achievements in so many fields of endeavour, are mirrored in cities, towns and regions right across the country. Just as we recognise them here today in Canberra at Government House, they are also being recognised at this time of the year in similar ceremonies that are taking place in Government houses in every state. In Melbourne, in Sydney, in Brisbane, Hobart, Adelaide and Darwin, Australians are gathering just as we are with their friends and family to see the wonderful investing of the insignia of those who will take the honours this afternoon. I hope, like they will be doing all over the country, that your memories of today here at Yarralumla will be a cherished reflection long into the future. And as Governor-General and as the Chancellor of the Order of Australia, I've been fortunate to share in investitures taking place out of session and far from the formality of this drawing room. It's important that we're able to do that on occasion. Most recently, I travelled to the north of Australia for two profoundly moving ceremonies. The first was in July in Rockhampton, and it was to posthumously present the Victoria Cross of Australia to Private Richard Norden, to present that to his family. He was awarded for an act of supreme courage during the Vietnam War when he was only 19. Private Norden then died only a few years later, actually here in Canberra, aged 24, in the course of his duties as an ACT police officer. His VC for his heroism in Vietnam had been a very long time coming, and his family were overjoyed that he could be recognised in the city that they now call home. He was born in Gundagai, he lived in Canberra, but his family has moved on and they are all now up north. And they didn't want to have to come to Canberra for that ceremony. They wanted us to come to them. It meant so much more to his family, his friends and colleagues, that we could join them where they live and that they could all participate in such an historic occasion. It was a very special time. The second posthumous award was presented in the same week. We moved from Rockhampton to East Arnhem Land, and it was to invest Dr. G. Yunupingu with the highest civilian honour in our country, the Companion of the Order of Australia. For Dr. Yunupingu's investiture, the family and his community asked us to travel to his home, East Arnhem Land. There we were welcomed on Gummidge land by his family, who, together with the broader community, led a deeply moving traditional ceremony with a bungal, with dancing, all steeped in Yolngu culture. On the red earth, in the afternoon warm light of the Northern Territory, with Yolngu dancing, on your behalf, on Australians' behalf, I was very proud to present the Order of Australia insignia to Dr. Yunupingu's daughter, Miller Yunupingu. It carried huge significance. I'm also delighted that we were joined by Shelley Rays AO, the chair of the Order of the Council of Australia, who joins us here today, an Aboriginal woman herself from Queensland. And it was important to have her presence there representing the council to make sure that that event and that ceremony was one that we could all be very proud of. It was important to us and an expression of care that we were guided by the family's own wishes and traditions in bestowing that award. And then finally, in August, during a state visit to Singapore, I had the immense privilege to invest the former Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, with the insignia of his appointment as an honorary companion of the Order of Australia for his services to the remarkable and long-standing bilateral relationship between Australia and Singapore. Now, from its very beginning, the Order of Australia has recognised remarkable people. And as those unique ceremonies in Rockhampton, Arnhem Land and Singapore demonstrate, as they do here today in Canberra, the qualities embodied in the diverse people we recognise represents the very best of modern Australia. There is no one form of achievement in the Order of Australia. As you'll hear this afternoon, as Gerard reads each of these remarkable citations, the lasting impact on the world that our honorees have had is not bound by geography, by status, interests, careers, ability, age, or gender. Instead, it is an expression of the uplifting power of care, kindness, and respect that you have all embedded into your diverse and myriad interactions with people, with issues, communities, and the country and the world around you. It's been care for one another, care for those who do the caring of others, care for our extraordinary continent and its environmental beauty, care for civics and institutions, and care for the way in which we discuss and debate the issues of our time without judgment, anger, or violence. That's what I have the enormous privilege of seeing and feeling in this room today, and we'll see it across this very special week of the Investitures for Spring. It will be a privilege to learn more about your stories, and I will take them wherever I go and share them with other Australians. I want to thank all of those who will be invested with their insignia this afternoon for everything that you have done and what you continue to do every day as remarkable, outstanding Australians. And I also want to thank your families, your friends, your colleagues who have nurtured and supported you, many of whom are here today, some joining on the live stream, but they celebrate with you and the rest of Australia today. So on behalf of all Australians, I am proud and delighted to congratulate every one of you, and I look forward to a marvellous celebration this afternoon. You are so very welcome here, and I look forward to the rest of the afternoon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'd like to thank and acknowledge the RMC Band and now just ask them to play a brief musical interlude while our first batch of recipients gets in place to receive their insignia. Thank you. Your Excellency, to be appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Scientia Professor Megan Davis. For eminent service to the law and to social justice, to the national and international advocacy of the rights of Indigenous peoples, and to the community. Professor Davis, a Cobble woman, has had a significant impact across her illustrious career. Her achievements extend well beyond Australia and see her renowned and respected globally for her continued advocacy for First Nations people. Currently serving as Harvard University's Whitlam Fraser Chair in Australian Studies and visiting professor at Harvard Law School, Professor Davis's contributions span policy, advocacy, and community service. Through her commitment passion, and intellect, Professor Davis continues to make a profound impact on our community. Scientia Professor Megan Davis, appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia. To be appointed an Officer of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Tom Rogers, for distinguished service to public administration and leadership and administration of Australia's democratic electoral system. Mr. Rogers has been involved in some of the most important processes within our Australian democracy. He served as the Australian Electoral Commissioner for a decade, overcoming unprecedented challenges to improve the conduct of elections and by-elections. Mr. Rogers has also led initiatives to combat disinformation in electoral processes and to strengthen trust in our democracy. He has made a significant contribution to contemporary Australian democracy through his commitment to an impartial, independent and reliable electoral system. Mr. Tom Rogers, appointed an Officer of the Order of Australia. To be appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the Military Division, Brigadier Eamon Lenihan, for exceptional performance of duty as the Chief of Staff, Headquarters Forces Command and Deputy Head of the Royal Commission into Defence and Veteran Suicide Task Force. Brigadier Lenihan played a key role in ensuring Forces Command was able to support force generation for overseas and domestic operations during COVID-19. He was vital in planning for the Royal Commission into Defence and Veteran Suicide Task Force and delivering a unique and blended workforce to support Defence's contribution to the Royal Commission process. Brigadier Lenihan's focus on wellbeing has enabled the task force to support the important work of the Royal Commission. Brigadier Eamon Lenihan, appointed a member of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, the late Mrs. Jill Allen, to be accepted on her behalf by Mr. Thomas Allen for service to people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Mrs. Allen touched the lives of many in her community and left a lasting legacy. For 20 years, she was a teacher of the deaf and hearing impaired at Cowra Public School, often travelling to other rural communities to support parents with deaf children. She was also deeply involved in targeted advocacy for women as a member of the New South Wales Country Women's Association Authority for over 25 years and as president of the Cowra Evening Branch. The late Mrs. Jill Allen awarded the Medal of the Order and accepted by Mr. Thomas Allen. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Paul Anderson, for service to the community of Crookwell. Crookwell wouldn't be the same without the care and dedication of Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson has been a member of the Crookwell Agricultural, Pastoral and Horticultural Society and a volunteer, former office holder and patron of the Crookwell Green Devils Rugby League Club for 50 years. He has dedicated countless hours to mowing, ensuring Crookwell is a picture to visitors and locals alike. As a member of the Historical Society, he is the author of 100 Years of Rugby League in Crookwell and the Surrounding Villages, which tells Crookwell's story through its long sporting history. Mr. Paul Anderson awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Malcolm Barlow, for service to local government, the environment and to education. Mr. Barlow is a respected and well-known member of the Upper Lachlan Shire community. He is a distinguished teacher, principal, curriculum expert and textbook author who has made a significant and enduring contribution to secondary education in New South Wales. He was instrumental in establishing geography as the third most popular subject in the state. Mr. Barlow has held positions within the Upper Lachlan Shire Council and local land care groups, to which he has made a generous and energetic commitment. Mr. Malcolm Barlow awarded the Medal of the Order.
She did. Where do we go?
To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, the Reverend Elaine Farmer, for service to the Anglican Church of Australia. Reverend Farmer was amongst the first women to be ordained by the Anglican Church in Australia when she became deacon in 1993. Prior to her appointment as associate priest at St Paul's Anglican Church in Manuka, Reverend Farmer provided exemplary service as a pastoral carer, counsellor, and tutor in Australia and overseas. Overcoming personal struggles, Reverend Farmer's focus on justice and equality is an inspiration for many Australians, especially women and those suffering discrimination. The Reverend Elaine Farmer awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Peter Granlees, for service to people who are blind or have low vision. Mr. Granlees is an example of the benefits to health and well-being that can be found in trying new things and overcoming barriers to living a full life. Mr. Granlees leads by example, participating in challenging events, including triathlon at the age of 75, and encouraging others to discover the physical and mental health benefits of exercise. Working with the Canberra Blind Society and in other disability advocacy roles, he has shared his lived experience so that sighted people can grow in understanding of the challenges that blind people face and the contributions they make to our society. Mr. Peter Granlees awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Gerald McCarthy, for service to the Legislative Assembly of the Northern Territory. For over 40 years, Mr. McCarthy has worked in education, politics, and for greater opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. As a teacher, Mr. McCarthy established a number of bush schools in some of Australia's most remote areas and involved whole communities in developing culturally sensitive curriculums. He was the member for Barclay for 12 years, working as Minister for Housing and Community Development, for essential services and for public employment. His contribution has touched the lives of many. Mr. Gerald McCarthy awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Colin Rathbone, for service to the community of Kiama. As President of the Kiama District Sports Association for over 4 decades, Treasurer of the Kiama branch of the Red Cross, and Secretary of Friends of Blue Haven Aged Care Facility, the impact of Mr. Rathbone's work has been felt throughout the region. Mr. Rathbone is commended for his ability to foster strong community relationships, his diligence, and his genuine and selfless spirit. Mr. Colin Rathbone awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the Military Division, Group Captain David Abraham, for meritorious service in capability transition, disposal, and strategic infrastructure development for the Royal Australian Air Force. Group Captain Abraham's exemplary leadership has advanced the Australian Defence Force's 5th generation air combat capability and airbase infrastructure. His commitment to duty has ensured achievements in the disposal of the FA-18A and B Hornet system and the introduction of sustained 5th generation capability. Through a focused and increasingly competent network of airbases and aerodromes, Group Captain Abraham has helped create a more resilient and capable Air Force for Australia. Group Captain David Abraham awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Distinguished Service Medal, Colonel Ian Ahern, for distinguished leadership in warlike operations as the gun position officer with 102nd Field Battery during the Battle of Fire Support Base Coral in 1968. Colonel Ahern, then Lieutenant, led a defensive action to repel a well-prepared and numerically superior enemy at Fire Support Patrol Base Coral on 12th of May 1968. His leadership, initiative and actions prevented the enemy overrunning the 102nd Field Battery and the loss of many lives. During an attack 4 days later under intense enemy fire, he directed staff of the battery command post and communicated fire orders to each gun platform that ensured a coordinated defence. His actions were in keeping with the finest traditions of the Australian Army and the Australian Defence Force. Colonel Ian Ahern awarded the Distinguished Service Medal.
Wonderful.
To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross, Captain Thomas Doherty, for outstanding achievement as the Director Training Authority, Engineering. Captain Doherty's commitment and dedication were instrumental in successfully implementing the Joint Technical Trade Training Services contract, providing critical technical training that benefits the Royal Australian Navy and the Australian Army. Captain Doherty's contributions have resulted in a highly skilled and adaptive technical workforce. He has also shown perseverance and innovative leadership in enhancing the student training experience and promoting social mastery within the training authority. Captain Thomas Doherty awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross, Lieutenant Colonel Liam Cunningham, for outstanding achievement as the UH-60M Black Hawk Helicopter Acquisition Project Manager. Lieutenant Colonel Cunningham applied outstanding leadership, project management and stakeholder engagement to deliver an initial UH-60M Black Hawk capability on an unprecedented schedule. He established essential relationships within the United States Army and security assistance and the Australian defence industry, enhancing Army aviation and utility helicopter response options for Australia. Lieutenant Colonel Cunningham enabled rapid approvals of the project and ensured a robust support system for aircraft operations. Lieutenant Colonel Liam Cunningham awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal, Lieutenant Colonel Trevor Williams, for meritorious devotion to duty as Brigade Major of the 3rd Brigade in training and professionally developing junior staff officers and management of brigade functions. Lieutenant Colonel Williams has displayed perseverance in controlling a multinational force during Exercise Talisman Sabre 2023 and managing numerous international engagements across the region. Through impressive judgment, he developed and executed the brigade training plan, managing critical resources for 3rd Brigade's future growth. Lieutenant Colonel Trevor Williams awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal. To be awarded the Public Service Medal, Ms. Beena Chandra, for outstanding public service and the delivery of property outcomes, both nationally and internationally. Ms. Chandra has served Australians overseas with the utmost care and professionalism. In her work with the Overseas Property Office in the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Ms. Chandra has responded with dedication and expertise to the property needs of more than 2,500 Australians working for DFAT and other government agencies. She has also delivered complex construction projects in remote and challenging environments. Ms. Chandra's ability to identify potential problems and provide effective solutions, her commitment to the details of her work, and her outstanding leadership demonstrate the highest professional and ethical standards. Ms. Beena Chandra, awarded the Public Service Medal. To be awarded the Public Service Medal, Ms. Sarah Samios, for outstanding public service in establishing the Administrative Review Tribunal. Ms. Samios was responsible for leading the significant reform project to replace Administrative Appeals Tribunal with the Administrative Review Tribunal. The complex reform involved many stakeholders and the coordination of numerous teams performing discrete but interrelated functions. Ms. Samios led the extensive engagement to provide advice to the government, stakeholders, members and staff, Commonwealth government departments and the public. Her strong leadership, sharp intellect and continued focus on the people at the centre of the reforms drove this work and ensured its successful delivery. Ms. Sarah Samios, awarded the Public Service Medal. That concludes the presentations for this afternoon. But let's give one last round of applause to all our recipients. I'll shortly invite the recipients to join Her Excellency for a formal photograph at the state entrance. And then in a moment, everyone else is welcome to move into the dining room to enjoy refreshments. Please note that our photographer will be capturing a photograph with each of the recipients, their guests and the Governor-General during the reception today. And this is your opportunity to take a selfie with Her Excellency.